I'm going to make some butter chicken sauce and follow along with me and see how easy it is to make butter chicken sauce. And then later on I'll show you how I'm going to use it to make dinner tonight. Yay! Hey, if you're new here or you don't know me or you just need to hear me say it again, my name's Misty and I'm on the suburban edge. It's that place between the city and the country where together we can learn modern homesteading skills. If you like Indian food like I like Indian food, you are really going to appreciate how easy it is to put together this butter chicken sauce. I recently made a video where I show you how to make a sauce starter paste. I am making it with the sauce starter paste. I will also link a recipe down below to make butter chicken if you don't want to make the sauce starter paste. However, I highly recommend this because follow along with me to see how easy it is to put together incredible butter chicken sauce at home. I'm doubling the recipe, so for a single batch you need 1/2 cup butter. It is butter chicken sauce after all. And you're going to go ahead and put it in a medium high heat non-reactive pan because we are cooking with tomatoes. So I've got my trusty Dutch oven out here because you can't beat enamel cast iron. My butter's frozen, so I'm going to put it in while the pan is heating up. This is a perfect time to make another cup of tea. Okay, my butter is almost all the way melted. It's starting to sing to me a little bit. I am going to add my 1/4 cup of sauce starter paste to this butter. I want to break that all up and combine the butter and the sauce starter with each other. And we're going to cook a little bit till that just really becomes fragrant, which won't take long. It's been about 2 minutes and the little pieces of onion that I see from my paste are starting to get translucent. So about 2-3 minutes. It's looking really terrible, but that's okay. It will look nice in a little bit. Add the tomatoes and the jalapeno and let it cook for about 10 minutes until both are softened. Now, I already know how spicy my sauce starter is. This is a whole jalapeno. I'm only going to put in 1/2. I can always add more jalapeno later. I'm going to reduce the heat on this and just let it cook down for about 10 minutes or so. It might not look like much right now, but just you wait. It's going to be amazing. I will link the video at the end of this video so you can watch how to make the sauce starter. It's so easy. I have it simmering until the jalapenos and the tomatoes soften. You will need a blender or an immersion blender to make this sauce smooth. My tomatoes and jalapeno are definitely softened. The butter's turned this really gorgeous shade of brown. You can't really see it, but the butter has browned nicely. And it's time to do the next thing, which is add your chicken broth. And what I have here is, what I have is turkey broth. It's 1/3 cup. You just want to add that in and bring this whole mixture to a boil, which won't take long at all. And we're going to bring it to a boil and then reduce the heat and simmer for about 15 or 20 minutes. That's going to make this whole mixture just meld together. I'll probably hit it with an immersion blender. Okay, I'm going to get that boiling and I'll come right back and show you what I do. I have it boiling. I'm going to reduce the heat now to a simmer and let that go for about 15 minutes, uncovered. And you want to check on it periodically, but that's just enough time to get the dishes put away or whatever else you need to do for next steps. I wish you could smell it in here. It's been about 15 minutes and it's really turning into a nice gravy. I am going to turn the heat off and hit this with my immersion blender. Because it's kind of shallow, I'll probably have to get creative and like tip the pot up somehow, but you don't need to watch me immersion blend this. I'm just going to do it. And I'll come right back. The goal is to break up the tomatoes and the jalapenos, but also to emulsify that butter that rides on the top into your sauce. And I'm just about there. Just giving it a quick stir to make sure I got everything blended together. It looks great. I really want to get all this lovely spice that's sticking to the sides down into my pot. So I went for the silicone spatula. Now we are going to put in 1 tablespoon of tomato paste and 3/4 cup of heavy cream. I keep my tomato paste in the freezer, frozen in 1 tablespoon cubes. And since I'm doubling this, of course I need 2 tablespoons. I'm going to get the heat turned back on, get my tomato paste going. And we want to simmer this for 5 minutes. I know that lately heavy cream has been hard to find and expensive. If you can find it, that's what you should use. If not, regular whipping cream will work. You can also substitute coconut milk, the real stuff in the can, but heavy cream makes the best butter chicken. I'm going to let this cool for probably 2 hours. Store them in airtight containers. It makes a pint. I doubled mine, so that's 2 pints for those of you keeping math score. It's very, very hot right now. I did taste it and it's so good. It's a little bit on the mild side, but that's okay for what I'm going to use it for. I probably could have upped the jalapeno. Now, where you would want to taste that is before you put in, you can, hit it with your blender. And then before you put in your tomato paste and heavy cream, give it a taste, and if it's not as zippy as you would like, then you could add more jalapenos, simmer till the jalapeno's soft, and then, then add your cream and your tomato paste. I like it. It's perfect right now how we like to eat it. We like our butter chicken mild, but obviously seasoning is a totally personal preference. After this cools, I'm going to fill these up. You can store them in an airtight container in your fridge for about 5 days. So it's a great thing to make if you're doing a bunch of batch cooking and you want to have butter chicken or butter chicken casserole later. Just grab it. You can also put it in your freezer. You will need to put it in a different container because this fills it up so far, and you've got to remember that you need about this much space, about 1.5 inches of head space if you're going to freeze in a canning jar, because freezing things expand. But you can freeze this for about 3 months. It won't last that long in my world. If I saw this out in the freezer, I'd be like, I know what I'm making for dinner. So that's that. 5 days in the fridge, about 3 months in the freezer. Make sure you put it in an airtight container. And yeah, I'll come back in a second. Okay, there you have it. Butter chicken sauce. And I have it artfully put in this little bowl so I can take pictures for the recipe, which will be posted on thesuburbanedge.com. I'll have a link for the recipe down below. I will have the recipe listed out in one format. So if you go there and you click the butter chicken recipe, I will show the recipe the way I showed you. It will be with the sauce starter puck, which is what I call it. But I will also list out in the notes of that recipe all the spices that you would need to put in if you don't want to make the sauce starter. I highly recommend the sauce starter. Holy cow, that took about 25 minutes all told, maybe 30. Way easier. Thanks for watching. As always, I love having you join me right on the edge, and we can learn and grow together. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel out. Also, consider subscribing. Why aren't you subscribed already? It is a fun place to be on the Suburban Edge. And if you have an idea or want to see me do something, leave it in the comments below. We love interacting with you. As always, thanks for being a part of my edgy team, and have a great day. I'm going to take pictures now of my butter sauce.